Today on What Went Wrong, we teach you how to hide shit that you don't want people to see.
Hello and welcome to What Went Wrong, the show that discusses filmmaking with independent filmmakers who made all the mistakes so you don't have to. I'm Kelly Coughlin with the bitter filmmakers Brett Mauser and Bradley Bates. Today we're going to talk about special effects. Brett, what are some tips that you can give to filmmakers to help with their special effects?
I'll give a tip for the filmmakers out there. If you're ever doing a visual effect, anything like that, if it's not looking right, if you got somebody's face melting or a car flipping or something, lens flares. Mm-hmm. Lens flares will cover up really bad CGI work. Yeah. I've done that, every time Sergio went back in time, I just never really had that, but you put that lens flare in it helps so much. Yeah. And I learned that actually from Blade Runner. Yeah. How they were talking about how in Ridley Scott's Blade Runner, they never really liked the cars when they were flying through the city until they put those lens flares on, and they became so much more believable. So if you're looking at doing some special effects and your effect just isn't quite there and you don't have the time to really put effort to put into it, then slap a lens flare on it.
You'll understand in time. Well, how do I know you're not lying to me? How do I know I can trust you? How do you lie to yourself? We are lied to ourselves every day of our lives. You'll be just fine.
And for some reason, you always expect when someone's like disappearing that there's going to be a flash. Mm-hmm. I don't know why. Because you'd think there wouldn't be any light; it just disappears.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense.
It makes sense that there's a flash. Yeah. Hey, that's what's supposed to happen. Yeah. Scientifically.
Like in Looper, or a lot of the time travel stuff. Now you see people just boom, they blink in. Yeah. And it's like, okay, well that's probably what would really happen. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But it doesn't look cool. Yeah. That's not why I paid $10. To go see a movie. They used this in France in 1890. Yeah. They just stop the camera and have the guy come in and he continues walking. I know that trick. Yeah. Yeah. So put the lens flare in. Put some flare into it.
So what were your experience with green screens like?
Green screens were always tough. Yeah. And especially in Donovan's office. In the saga, we painted the entire back wall because it's supposed to be this picture window, and the entire wall was chroma key green, and we painted little crosses on it to make sure we could track it. Problem is, I never got the software that allowed you to track it. So I would have to
get that, but we couldn't afford it yet.
Again, another thing I could have put more time into.
Well, we realized later that the lighting, of course, helps with the green screen.
Yeah.
We're going to talk a little bit about makeup effects. How did that work out for you?
I think that some of the zombie makeup was pretty good.
Yeah, we did get a lot on that.
But we didn't have enough time to actually do the whole body, so it's just like here. And
all our zombies are only zombified.
Hero. Only zombie from here forward. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of funny.
But yeah, I mean, After the Day, which is one of the ones that we got a lot of criticism on, that was designed just to be a short film.
That wasn't even actually supposed to go anywhere.
Yeah, we were just testing our zombie effects.
We were just testing zombie effects, and we weren't actually going to make a whole movie. And then we're like, well, we got all these people here, might have made a movie.
That's pretty much what we did.
Impromptu script.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's
why the script is pretty much null and void.
That's how most of our movies got.
It's made up as we actually made a video game from DVD on that. Wow. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
It was a choose your own adventure kind of deal. Where you could choose to go in here or choose to go in there, and you'd have to use your DVD remote to choose which way to go.
Whatever it was, I think I got it.
And that was fun because the deaths were the best. Yeah. The bad ones, because there was like one where you were exercising demons in the bathroom.
Oh yeah, I'll take a crap.
If you hit the down,
and he goes, the character in there, dies from the fumes.
Yeah, it looks And the other one, he I think you won by warding off the vampire with the ranch dressing.
Yeah.
What's that gonna do?
Scarlet Ranch, you heathen.
It was
garlic in it.
Because there was garlic in it, so you had to use the ranch dressing to ward off the vampire. You know, and when you see that in a movie, how can you not go, okay, I get what this movie is.
All right, it's supposed to be cheesy and stupid. All right, I get it now. It's
Yeah.
not supposed to be serious.
Life was good. That's good. That's watch the.
That was an antique.
A vertigo shot can add suspense and drama to any scene. To achieve this look, first zoom into your actor, then zoom out as you dolly in. The depth of field changes during the shot, giving this classic cinematic look. I'm April Cook, and this has been your What Went Wrong Quick Tip.
Brad, what was one of your favorite effects?
Oh, we had the dart thing, of course, and the bow and arrow where it looks like it's
Oh, yeah. That's a nice effect, yeah.
Yeah.
There's, when somebody's throwing
just
a dart,
reversing the shot.
you start, let's say somebody's throwing a dart in someone's face. You start shooting over here, and you've got the guy, and they throw the dart, and you whip the camera real fast. I think the first time we did that was for a commercial, and it was in the dartboard, and Brad would be,
I just flick it.
yeah, he'd flick it,
And I get out of the way.
and and then in post, you just marry the shots and kind of put a little dissolve in between the two, so when you're doing that fast pan, you cover up, because you're going into the shot with a fast pan,
It's basically
going into
two
the
shots,
dartboard,
just kind of being.
and you just mirror them together. Yeah, blend them together and put a nice transition over them, and it looked like the same shot, like the guy throws the dart and you're following the dart. Now I did that in After the Day with the axe, but it was when Sergio threw the axe and hit the girl in the head,
Yeah.
and that was another pan, and that was a digital, because what we did the same thing with the dart,
But he put the digital.
but we
in that
digitally
little spin.
we digitally put an axe in
Oh, no.
and then matched it up.
Oh, there's another horrible one that we forgot. The baseball to the head.
Oh God. Okay. We've heard about that. But there was, same effect. But I think the one
I
that
cut
worked.
the shit out of myself cutting that baseball in half too.
Yeah.
I cut the crap out of myself because I had to cut it in half so we could put it on as a prosthetic on his forehead. Because apparently she whips a 300-mile-an-hour baseball,
Because we did.
and it can crash through your cranium and get stuck there instead of bounce off.
Yeah, because we did that in Cartel Killers. That was before you,
But
and it was
when
the
we were
girl.
at when we were at Omni, we did it again.
Yes.
And that's
Well,
when
the
I had to
reason
cut
I
it in
did
half.
that was because of this continuity bullshit that I
Yeah.
did. See, in the Cartel Killers, it was supposed to be this vampire is killing this house full of cartel killers, hitmen for the cartel, and there's a scene where one of them gets taken out by a baseball to the forehead. Well, it seemed cool. Okay, well, the vampire, she throws the baseball and kills him, but then I realized later in the script, she can't come into the house because she hasn't been invited.
Can I come in?
Not right now.
So I had to backtrack and go, well, how did the vampire get in the house?
Unless
she couldn't
that's
even-
not in your mythos.
Unless, well, we already said she couldn't. In the same movie,
So that's right.
she was outside the house, couldn't get in.
That's not good.
So I said, okay, well, let's retrocon this so that Linda's character killed this guy
She's
because
an ex-professional baseball,
yeah,
softball
she
player.
was,
whatever.
so she's the one that actually killed him. So when we did the prequel, I said, okay, we'll explain that and show her throwing the baseball at this guy. And that was when I came to you. It's like, I need to saw the baseball in half. So
Well, she
completely
killed the
ridiculous
head
idea.
guy up there at the top of the hotel.
At the top of the mountain, yeah.
Thank you for joining us tonight with the Bitter Filmmakers. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. And as always, don't forget to subscribe.